In this video, I want to share to you about how to make zigzag high-rise building in Sketchup. First of all, we have to make the basic plan with rotate rectangle. Then we can click from this origin and we can click rotate rectangle. We can click from this origin, then we can set the depth of the building around 30 meter, and we can set the length of this main building around 45 or 50 meter. Okay, and now we can triple click, right click and make group, and then we can select move, press Ctrl, place to this position. We can place to this position, and then we can also place to this position. Okay, now we can click this plane. Okay, we get the 3 plane. We can click this plane and select rotate. Click from this corner and click this line and just rotate it. We can rotate it around 40 degree and enter, and we can set the angle around 40 degree. Click this one and click this side around 40 degree. Okay, now we can select all this. We can select all this plane, and we can click this plane, select move, place to this position, and this one select move and place to this position. Okay, now we can select all, right click and explode, and now we can erase some unnecessary line in here. We can delete some additional line over there. Okay, then we can set the thickness of this every single slab. We can push it up around 1 meter approximately, and we can triple click, right click and make group, and now we can right click and make component and create. Okay, then we can select a move, press Ctrl, place to this position, then we can move it up around 3.6 meter. Okay, so this is about the floor to ceiling. Okay, we've already made it component, and now we can select a move, press Ctrl and place to this position, then we can type X40 and enter, and now we can get the result of this high-rise building. Okay, well, now we can if we feel it's too large, we can also make it smaller than before. For example, just like this, to make it asymmetrical. Okay, we can push it to the back around 20 meter, just like this. Okay, and also this one around 20 meter. Okay, this is about the simple zigzag high-rise tower. Now we can select this top floor, right click and make unique, and we can click this plane and offset it inside. We can offset it inside around 9 meter, enter. You can click this plane and edit copy and edit paste in place, and just push it down until to this position. And now we can triple click, right click and make group, and we can also make a component and create. Okay, then we can push it up around 5 meter approximately. Okay, and we can get this design. Okay, now we can place some elements. We can place some column in here. We can draw the column, click from this position, then we can type 1.5 meter and 1.5 meter also in here. It's just for example. Anyway, we can push it up, triple click, right click, make group and make component, create, and we can select a move, press Ctrl, place to this position, and we can select a move again and place to the another position around 7 meter, 7.2 meter. Okay, we have already made it component, and we can move and duplicate again around 7.2 meter. Okay, and okay, then we have to move to this position, and we can move, press Ctrl to the another position around 7.2 meter in here. Okay. Then we can select a move again, press Ctrl. We can move around 7.2 meter. Okay. Then and again we can select move, press Ctrl. Okay, we can select move, press Ctrl, place to this position. Okay. Okay, then we can select a move, again from this point. Okay, then we can rotate to this position, then we can move and duplicate around 7.2 meter. Okay, we can delete, and then we can select move, press Ctrl, and we can type 9 meter. Okay, then we can type x5, enter. Now we can see about the result. Okay, then now we can select move this one from this point. Then we can move this one around 7.2 meter approximately. Then we can select move, press Ctrl, place to this position, and select a move. Okay, we have to move and duplicate this one. Select a move, press Ctrl, place to this position. Okay, then we can select a move, press Ctrl, type around 7.2 meter. Now we can delete this one, delete some unnecessary column over there. Then we can duplicate again. About the column. Okay, or maybe we can move from this position. Then we can move or duplicate this one around 7.2 meter. Sorry, it's getting trouble. We can move and press Ctrl around 7.2 meter, enter. Okay, then we can delete it. Okay, then we can continue again to move it to this position, and move this to this position, and we can duplicate again, type 7.2 meter, enter. And also we can move again. Okay, we can move again, place to this position, and also place to this position. Okay, so this is about the schematic column positioning. So you have to discuss with your structural engineer. You have to discuss with your structural engineer to make a valid positioning and valid calculation about the column dimension and column distance for every single column in here. Then we have to push it down all over this column to this position approximately. Okay, now we can push it down with this position. Then now we can we can offset it inside. We can offset it inside around 1.5 meter. Okay, then we can offset it inside again around 50 millimeter, and select this plane, edit, copy. Okay, now we can select edit, paste in place, and push it until the bottom position of this building. Then we can triple click, right click, make group. Okay, then we can adjust about the materials. We can adjust about the materials with using glass material. We can choose the glass material in here. We can select blue material, and now we can see about the result here. Okay, and now we can draw about the simple parapet in here. We can draw here, or we can offset it outside around 200 millimeter, and click this side, this plane, select edit, copy. Then we can edit, paste in place, and push it up around 3 meter. And double click, right click, and make group. Okay, so you can make it more detailed. You have to push it offset it inside around 500, and offset it inside around 200 also. Then we have to push it to the upper position around 1.5 meter approximately, or maybe about 1 meter. Okay, then we have the distance between the inner barrier to the outside around 60 centimeter. Or you can explore more, you can reset the details, the more details about it to make a valid calculation about it. Okay, then now we can click this core building and select edit, copy, and edit, paste in place, and we can select move at upper position around 6 meter approximately. Then we have to offset it outside. We have to offset it outside around 7 meter. Okay, now we can delete this inner plane. Then we have to push it down around 1.2 meter. Okay, then we can make group, and now we can see about the this surface, about this canopy. And now we can also push the column to the upper position, to this position. Okay, or maybe we can just select all the column. Maybe we can select all the column in here, right click and make group, and then we can select a move, press Ctrl. Okay, so you can select a move, press Ctrl, and place to this upper position. Can place to this position, and now we can select all the column of in the group only, and right click and make unique. And of course we can push it down until this correct position in here. Okay, something like this. Then, and now we can also make it smaller. We can offset it inside 500 millimeter, for example, so we can get the result of the canopy column in here. Okay, so the canopy column dimension around 50 and 50 meter. Okay, so this is about the canopy of this high-rise building. Then we can also offset it outside. We can also offset it outside until this position and push it down. We can make it just a little bit thickness here. Okay, now we can select only the outline here. We can select this outline only. You can follow my step in here, because we have to make the climate responsible canopy in here. We have to move it down. Okay, we have to make the another line in here for every single. We have to make the line for every single corner of the canopy, because we have to respond the canopy. The canopy have to respond about the climate situation or weather situation. Okay, so if the building get hit the wind, it could be survive. Approximately just like this. And of course we can also add more materials like wood. Maybe we can add with wood, or maybe we can just make the metal materials over there with using this metal materials, or maybe we can assign with metal materials also. Okay, I mean it's enough for the rooftop, so you can explore for the rooftop more to make it better and properly. And now we can explore more about the ground floor. we have to explore more about the ground floor. You can select move, press Control, press this position. You can select move, press Control, place to this position. Then we can delete some unnecessary object over there. Okay, then now we can copy this glazing. We can select move, press Control, and place to this position. Then we can push it down to this position. And now we can also add the sky launch barrier in here. We can click and make unique. We can offset it inside around 1 meter. We can offset it inside around 50 millimeter, and we can edit, copy. Then we can edit, paste in place, and push it to the upper position around 1.5 meter. And triple click, right click, and make group, and we can assign with the glass materials with using this one. Okay, so you can explore more about this semi outdoor area, but you have to continue the core building. Sorry, we have to continue about the core building outside. We have to continue about the core building in here, and we can also assign with. We can also add the canopy elements in here. Push it to the another side. We can triple click, make group, and we can select a move. Press to this position, and so we have to push it to the inside, and we can push it to the inside also. And okay, so the height of this road is around 16 meter. And now and of course we can make the sloping area in here. It's just for example. You can double click, make group. Okay, so this is about the canopy, and you can explore more about the canopy as perfect as you can. Okay, you can explore about the canopy as perfect as you can. You can make this simple column in here, or you can decorate the column again to make more impressive enough about this canopy design. You can sign with the metal materials in there, and you can sign with the concrete material in this position. Okay, so it's depend on your creativity. Then okay, now we can select all. We can select move it upper position in here. Okay, we have to move it to this position. We have to place to this position. Okay. Okay, we can see about the design is already finished. Is complete. It's almost complete. I mean, this design is almost complete. So you can add more elements. You can add more elements about this secondary skin. I mean, you can make the another variation in here. Okay, by using some variation. Can make variation of the facade design. No need too much variation, but it could make impressive enough. Okay, and then we have to push it to the back. We have to push it to the back. Okay, now we can duplicate this secondary skin elements. We can make group and right click and make command and again create. Then we can select a move, press Ctrl and place this position. Then we can type X 9 and enter. Okay, so we can get the little variation in here, and also we can continue it to this position, and we can right click and make unique. Okay, we can delete this one, and okay, we can see what the result of this facade element. Okay, now we can select all this element, right click and make group. Then we can select a move. We can select a move, press Ctrl and place to this position. We have to place to this position, and we can rotate it. Okay, and we can duplicate this one by one. Select a move, press Ctrl. We can select a move. Okay, then we can rotate it to appropriate with the position. Okay, we can select a move, press this position, then we can see what the result. Okay, maybe we can make the another elements in here. We can make the flat element in here to make it more dynamic and not too boring. Okay, we have to push it to the front, make group, and then it's getting complete. Okay, we can also make it group, or we can connect this one to this position. Okay, I mean it's more variative. Okay, we can make it union. Okay, or maybe we can push it again to the upper position in here or in this position to make a variation at all. Or maybe I mean we can move it down just a little bit, and we can move it down just a little bit. Okay, so you can see about the difference, or maybe we can choose the color to make it more representative. We can choose the gray color maybe in here. Okay, so we can choose the glass elements in this position. Okay, we can assign the glass element in here to make this glass element. Okay. Okay, so you can explore more again about the another secondary skin facade. Okay, so you can push it down again to this position. Okay, so you can push it down to this position also. Okay, so this is about the secondary skin, or you can consider about it anyway, and or maybe you can cancel it. And okay, you can set the opacity of this building. You can set the opacity of this secondary skin, and you can set the color of this building also. Okay, and maybe we can set the another variation. We can make the another variation with using the 2-point arc. With using 2-point arc here, click from this position until this position. Then we can type 64s, enter. Okay. Then we can complete this one. Okay, and now we can offset it outside. We can select all. Oh, it's getting trouble on this curvy line. Okay, it's optional. You can make it the secondary skin. You can make the secondary skin like this, or you can make the another variation of it, and also you can assign with the another color. You can assign with the another color, such as a gray color in here, and many more color. Okay, then we can right click and select make group, and also make component, create. Then we can set the column to make appropriate color over there. Okay, then we can set this secondary skin in here. Okay, now we can get the high rise. So you can complete by yourself about the another side of this building. Okay, then you can select the rectangle and make the another appropriate landscape, and you can arrange about this tower to make triple tower. You can select a move, press Ctrl, and place to this another appropriate position. For example, we can select a move, press Ctrl again, and place to this another position. Okay, so this is about the example. Then you can draw the your own landscaping area in here. You can draw the inner the central park in here, but you have to redesign about this landscape. I just make it spontaneous as possible, as artistic as possible, so you can improve it by yourself. Okay, we can assign the another landscaping materials over there in here. Okay, then we can assign with another asphalt in this position. Okay, now we can set the level of darkness of this asphalt, and now we can add more component. We can make the component with using the component sampler, and now we can choose the tree over there. can choose the tree, and don't forget to assign with the green glass material. Then we can select remove, press Ctrl and duplicate it to the another appropriate position. Okay, we can select the several tree and we can duplicate it to the another place or another position over there. Okay, so you can delete the outside tree over there. Okay, now we can set the shadow in here. Okay, we can set the shadow, and okay, we can edit the shadow, and we can uncheck the profile option over there. Okay, we can edit the shadow to make a proper design. And now we can change the style. We can change the style to make a proper style, but I choose this one to make it more highlighted. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my tutorial today, and I hope you will get a lot of advantage in here in field of the basic 3D modeling and in field of the 3D modeling technique or design technique in this video. You can exercise by yourself with using SketchUp. You can exercise about the taste of the design, especially in the building, especially in the tower or high-rise building like this. Okay, and you can enjoy this learning and keep try by yourself, keep trying by yourself, and keep exercising by yourself to upgrade your skill and taste of the design, especially in this high-rise building. Thanks for watching. Just wait for my next tutorial in this great channel. Thank you.